Action. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to yet another episode of This Shit Does Not Yet Have a Name. We're re-recording this, so don't be too surprised when we're splicing video with a phone call and an in-person meeting. Basically, what's happening is this is me interviewing Tensai from Use Orange, and we're going to talk about all the same things we talked about in the previous episode, or in the episode that's being spliced here. But first and foremost, Tensai, introduce yourself to the people.
Yeah, Tensai. I am the co-founder of Use Orange, and I've basically been the one responsible for gearing the ship technically.
Cool. And what do you guys do at Use Orange?
Essentially, we are connecting with various ODC desks around the world and using the Lightning Network to make instant international bank settlements possible at a fee that's very competitive with Swift.
So we're a B2B, like I guess you could say software as a service solution, which focuses on um, unifying the API experience for various regions.
Mhm.
So, for example, if I was an app developer and I wanted to do remittances to various regions, we provide like a constant unified API interface that allows these companies or these startups to connect to all these different endpoints to do instant bank-to-bank transfers internationally.
And why the name Orange?
Orange going good.
Orange name, good.
Yeah.
That very good name,
Yeah.
straight to the point,
Yeah.
and yeah, cool. So yeah, if people don't know, we have integrated their wonderful services within the 54052 app. So whenever you make a payout to a bank account, it's basically going through their infrastructure. And yeah, they're doing a wonderful job due to the magnificence of your architecture. Effectively, transfers can land in other people's accounts within a minute, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, so now we splice.
Start over. Cool. Let's see what's about to happen. So we've integrated Orange on the Machangura system. So we're just gonna do a payout to my Absa card. Maybe let me just do 21 rands and a small reference demo. I'm daring the demo gods right now to see what's gonna happen. And the fee looks like it's around 5 rand and 5 cents. Reference is demo. And please confirm payment details. And there you have it. You sent 26 rands worth of Bitcoin to pay Rotato via fiat outgoing transfer. Still pending. Is that a minute? Oh, settled. So cool. That's basically it. I guess. I guess that was a minute.
Incredible.
Cool, man.
Incredible.
Splice back to this call. And yeah, so basically, what would you like the people to know about Bitcoin? Right?
About Bitcoin.
Mhm.
This whole experience has illuminated one thing that's very clear to me. So people all talk about Bitcoin as a store value. They talk about it as Bitcoin medium of exchange, and essentially Orange is using both of these things, but they're using also Bitcoin as a network.
Yeah.
Right. So we're using the Lightning Network to facilitate these instant transfers, and we're able to connect locations geographically um, using the connectivity of like Bitcoin nodes. And it's really like quite a fascinating experience because um, you know on one side we buy the lightning instantly, we transfer it, and then we sell it instantly. So for us, the price is irrelevant.
Exactly.
It's an instant transaction on both sides. And what's more important is like one, the liquidity, and one that the network is in place. I think, I mean, I would like people to start thinking more about Bitcoin as the network. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So comparing building on Bitcoin to building on other infrastructure, right? Or what would you say would be the major differentiator from a builder's perspective?
I wouldn't say that I actually, build on Bitcoin that much. Like
Okay.
if you think about it, like all of these things are so obfuscated away from you. Like there's so many API layers, there's so many libraries,
Mm-hmm.
Breeze SDKs, all these LSPs providing very usable endpoints. Like you know, touching Bitcoin itself, it becomes kind of like a novelty
Mm-hmm.
in the space. Like okay, maybe you got to write your own Bec 32 decoding or encoding algorithm for whichever programming language you decided to, punish yourself with.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it's like, it doesn't really matter. Like we're kind of at the stage where everybody's like kind of done something before you've done it,
Okay.
and in that sense, a lot of it comes down to, you know, how do you want to manage
Mm-hmm.
what you're building. I've built a lot of things. I've had like a 20-year career in software development,
Mm-hmm.
and I know, as someone who's been solely responsible for a lot of things, I know when I go to sleep,
Mm-hmm.
I want to not get woken up by people in panic.
Okay.
And so my chief principle with going into things is like, how can I design something that is as safe as possible? I try to minimize errors. I try to minimize state.
Mm-hmm.
These are difficult things for a human to hold on to,
Mm.
especially with our frenetic lifestyles and our distractions. So um, I try to build things in a way that increases, my well-being.
Touche.
Yeah.
Touche. Well, yeah, I fully agree with that because one major thing for me that I've liked with Bitcoin is you kind of have full visibility into the full life cycle, right? So when you send a payment, of course, the funds are with the source. Then the funds move away from the source, but then the funds are in the air. Then the funds are at the destination, right? But with Bitcoin, technically, due to the fact that there's no middleman, you always know where the funds are,
Mm,
right? So
mm,
the whole in the air thing doesn't really
mm,
exist, and there's a way to figure out if funds are in the air.
mm.
So if you're the source, you know if funds are in the air. If you're the destination, you know if funds are
Yeah,
in the air
yeah,
because you cannot see them.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
with normal fintech, yo, it you never know, right? Even if you do receive a payment, there's still the slight chance that something may get reversed, right?
yes,
So
yes,
I've enjoyed that freedom, and of course, another layer with the whole people are not waking you up in panic is that a user can become educated enough to know that, oh, when I'm seeing this, that is happening. When I'm seeing that, this is happening, right?
yeah,
So they may get to a point where they never need to ask for support. Of course, users feel free to ask for support. You may actually give us something that we want to implement too. But yeah, one major thing we've implemented, well, you guys have implemented is the CDV checks, right? How,
yes,
how did
yes.
that go? How did that whole journey of saying, okay,
I
cool.
mean, we
Mm.
had, one of the big problems was, I guess people conflated the idea of e-wallets and bank accounts.
Okay.
And so, quite regularly, they would try to put mobile phone numbers
Mm-hmm.
as the recipient account number, and we'd get so many errors because of this,
Mm-hmm.
and just implementing that algorithmic bank account number detection,
Mm-hmm.
reduced our error rate to less than 1%, which
Touche.
is a big thing.
Mm.
Is actually with regards to if a person wants to add a bank account or pay to a bank account that has the wrong account number, right? So let me see. I have one here. So this is my Capitec account number, and it's actually off by one because I'm a developer, and I need to ensure that one number is always missing or one number is always wrong. And yeah, if I try to pay to this account right now, what usually happens is, of course, I get the code because the code is not the payment. But when the payment is about to go through, something goes wrong. Couldn't set up the payout, right? Please try again, and so on and so forth, right? So yeah, I'd really like to applaud you guys for this setup. I don't know if you have anything to add with regards to this.
I don't mean to jump back, but like I was just, as you were speaking, I was just thinking about like, it's so crazy working on an open source protocol. It's like, it's like it's very hard to describe. All our lives we work on this closed source thing. My company is going to do this thing my way. We're going to lock this thing up in this way. And with Bitcoin and Lightning, it's so insane because like you go to Breeze, you go to IBEX, you go to whichever LSP you want, and you say generate Lightning invoice, you are going to get a standardized Vault 11 or whatever generated from that API, and everyone can speak that language.
Yeah,
and it is insane what that commonality in like understanding. What the verbiage is, what this means. It's insane what that enables, right? Like you can bridge, you can manually bridge two ecosystems as a human just simply by the fact that the outputs of this one ecosystem is going to be the same as the inputs of this other one. Which was the first way we did our first Guatemala to South Africa transfer, our one partner had only I can't even pronounce it.
Get the peso most likely.
And then from that to Sats, and we had our Sats to rands, and we provided them with a Lightning invoice. They could scan the Lightning invoice from that wallet, and like that. Two ecosystems which had no intention of connecting with each other are able to talk to each other. And like it's like such a giant shift in mindset.
Touche. Okay, cool. So now let's fast forward to like 21 years from now. Okay, what do you see in the future?
Pain.
What type of pain?
I guess for me, the one thing I see is the state views things like the informal economy as an untapped resource, and they view it as a resource. And this is important to understand because their role is to extract from it, and so their aim will be to slowly coordinate or corral it or funnel it into a way that they can maximize their extractive potential. Right, and so this happens by they implement some sort of e-money. They then mandate that ShopRite, Right Brand, that serves a lot of townships, they can only pay their taxes to the state via this e-money, which means then they slowly start imposing that on the general populace, which means the general populace in those areas then slowly start mandating that the employers pay them in this. So it's like this general state creep, right? And this is coming whether we like it or not, and we need to be aware of this. And this is the fight that I think that we're up against here in South Africa for our context. But just despite all of that, we've got a lot of latitude for freedom. There's so much corruption and incompetence that it allows experiments like what you're doing and what we're doing to possibly become real drivers of freedom and innovation in the space.
Okay, cool. Well, I don't think it's corruption because they kind of love what we do, So yeah, and let's see though. Cool. What is next then for you guys at Orange?
More on ramps.
More on ramps.
Yeah, we need to connect more destinations, more on ramps, more off ramps. Connect the world, connect to other people who are doing what we're doing around the world.
Sure.
And because what we want to do, we charge a very nominal fee for our service, and what we want to do is we want to make it so that if someone needs to send money to whatever part of the world, like somehow, some way, through our networks, we can route it there for as like we wanna undercut Swift, we wanna undercut all the banks. We want to make this service, as affordable as cheap as possible.
Well, I'm just here to say wonderful job you guys are doing, and I like to see you guys continue. Yeah, we're gonna keep pace with what you guys are rolling out, and there should be an update at least a few weeks in the future on 54052 app that adds yet another currency or supports all the currencies you guys supporting paying out to, and yeah, wonderful stuff. I hope you guys continue building, and we will continue building too. Cool.
Excellent.
Message to the people.
Message to the people. Stack sats.
Yes.
Stack sats and stay humble.
Stack their Bitcoin.
There's that lady who what was she doing? She was saying like either $1 every day in Bitcoin or rand every day.
Oh, maybe yes, $1 every day.
$1 every day. And that account just shows you the power of consistency.
Yes.
Of just showing up for yourself. Like even if you only have $1, and I know some people don't. That's not the point. The point is just like she showed, even if you only have $1, what an amazing difference that consistency can make in your life. So, yeah.
Wonderful stuff. So, yeah, cool. Ladies and gentlemen, see you on the next episode of this thing.
Whatever this is called.
Yeah, exactly. Right? So, yes. No, man.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Wonderful stuff.